All right, welcome to our September Career Connections webinar. We're so excited to welcome Mindy Hewitt from the Face of Hope Foundation. Face of Hope is an amazing organization in our area providing home care services, and Mindy will tell us a lot more about what they do and the different career opportunities that they can provide. So I'm going to speak first a little bit about the Women's Resource Center. Then we'll turn it over to Mindy. And at the end, we'll have a Q&A. Because this is a webinar format, there is not a chat box. However, you can enter your questions into the Q&A box, and then we will answer them after Mindy's presentation. At the end, we'll have a little wrap up. And if we ask that you stay on the call, once the webinar ends, there will be a brief survey. If you could fill out the survey, that gives the Women's Resource Center and Mindy feedback on our presentation, and it can help us plan future Career Connections programming. All right, so let's get started. The Women's Resource Center has been empowering women in Manatee and Sarasota counties since 1979. So we're very fortunate to have 3 centers across Manatee and Sarasota, one in Bradenton, one in Sarasota, and one in Venice. And we see about 9,000 clients per year, which equates to over 7,000 hours of programming. So we offer a wide variety of programs and services, all at no or very low cost. For example, our resource advising is a service where you can call in, find out the different community resources that are available to fit your needs. We have a database of over 250 vetted community resources, and our advisors can connect you to the ones that will help you the most. We also offer low-cost mental health counseling, career services, and educational workshops. We have a scholarship program, and we have legal and financial consultations. So as you are here at our Career Connections webinar, you're probably interested in the career programs and services. You can sign up for free career coaching through the Women's Resource Center, which includes access to resume writers, coaches who can do things like talk through your job interests, practice interview questions, and we have computer tutoring and training to increase your technology skills. Our career closets are located at all 3 of our offices and are open Monday through Thursday from 11 to 3. And clients can come and get free clothing, both for workwear and for just clothing. And then we offer monthly workshops like this one, the Career Connections, that can connect you and teach you about different organizations that will offer career opportunities. So next, I'm going to hand it over to Mindy from Face of Hope Foundation, Inc.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. This is amazing. I just love all the resources that you have to offer for women, women in our community. And as many people know, caregiving supports, it seems women do this work mostly, right? We've actually been we're very lucky to have such a diverse population. We are based in Venice area is really where our home base is, but our client load, like our client base is the Suncoast area from Fort Myers all the way down to Tampa. So we have clients all over the place that are coming to us trying to get services, um, which the client population that we serve primarily is people that are on the APD um, Medicaid waiver program. So they have to have some sort of special needs or disability services. Um, and then we do the private duty, we do different like little niches, but mostly we work with people with developmental disabilities. If you want to go to the next slide, or I don't know if I have you do that. Okay. So, I guess I didn't introduce myself very much. My name is Mindy Hewitt. I'm the VP of Face of Hope Foundation. We are we have a small team that works on the back end doing all of the billing and the payroll and everything that you need, plus all of the PR and getting clients and finding resources. Finding workers is one of the hardest things for a lot of us. And so we've been doing this work though with the community for over 15 years, 500 patients served locally. And we've got a pretty high success rate. People really love our workers. We um, very much so pride ourselves on offering some of the best candidates, and we would love, would love to have you aboard, of course, as we serve clients all over the place. We've got a lot of openings currently in the Charlotte County or in Venice and in Sarasota. You want to go to the next one? Our our mission. Sorry, we're a little out of order. Sounds fun, but our mission and our values. So at Face of Hope Foundation, we believe in providing compassionate, high quality support centered around dignity, respect, inclusion, and independence. Right here, we have a girl that's sitting there in a wheelchair reading a book. Prior to this conversation, we were having a conversation about, working in the library and our aides bringing in clients and reading, somebody who's visually impaired. Our aides get to open the world of books and literature to these clients that wouldn't have access or resources, to know, okay, maybe I do want to read this, or listen to this novel, maybe not. A lot of our caregivers were learning how to use the library resources for ourselves and for our clients at the same time, um, which is super important, to give somebody the world, right? That they can access and gain more independence. Um, our next slide is our services. So I spoke about APD, the iBudget waiver program. So these people are these consumers, they have a disability. They have it could be autism, it could be physical disabilities, people that need care in the community and at home. Um, and this waiver program, it's been a very long time. It's had a wait list of 10 years in order to access it. If you go in different states, there's state-based waiver programs that you have to sign up for, and the clients will sit on the wait list for 10, 12 years, or they'll move to a different city if the wait list is different, and then come back. And it's hard to navigate. So we do that on our admin side as we try and help them navigate. And because we've been working so diligently with that, we found out there is a program called the IDD pilot program. It was just started. They did a small pilot program with just Hillsborough County. And this is the program to get those people off the wait list. So clients that you fill out their application, they get on waiver on the wait list. They have a person that is a support coordinator that is supporting them, right? And trying to help them navigate what they can do on this wait list or how long the wait list is. And if they have a higher needs, right? Like they're like, oh my gosh, something happened, we're on this wait list, those coordinators can give them respite care. And respite care is a very short period of time that you get some respite services as you're waiting for the waiver program. So, but the IDD team is to take over the waitlist people, the people that need services that have been waiting and waiting and waiting. They qualify. Um, we just don't have enough providers. We became a provider for the IDD program. And it's starting in October 1st, which is like right around the corner. So hopefully, as we unwind some of these waitlist issues and as they have, a plan, right? We will be getting a large amount of clients and hopefully other resources in the community will be getting them too. Just because I know we would love to serve everyone, but we don't have enough people. And so the gift though is there from Hillsborough to Charlotte County, the gift of clients that'll come and they seek services. We do some private duty home care, but we really focus on people with disabilities. So it's interesting who comes to us for private duty. It feels like it's more of a God-given program. You're like, oh, okay, you just found us out of nowhere. Great, thank you. We're here for you. We also veterans home care. We used to have a contract with the VA, as most of you know, the VA and all the craziness is changing right now. Um, but we pride ourselves on helping our veterans and our veterans' families. Um, and then international services. So we have been able to provide care for people who don't speak English, who speak Spanish, who speak Russian, Ukrainian. There's a very large population in Charlotte County. Um, and so in the European cultures, and we have somebody who is Bulgarian. Yeah, so it's interesting. If you have a skill, like you speak a different language, it's great. We applaud it and we welcome it so much, because it's celebrating diversity. I've got a lot of people on my staff that we encourage them to take different classes to learn different languages, or to learn English better if that's the situation. Um, but so our services are this way currently. In the past, Face of Hope Foundation had a center that we would provide all kinds of employment services. We would provide food pantries and different ways, and so we're working on trying to get back to some of um, that kind of support. And right now, it's just we're recalibrating after COVID, still recalibrating. But a big thing is our partnership with Walmart we're working on right now, where they can give us all these things before they expire. They can give us a discount on items for our clients so that we can go there with our clients and get them needed supplies, you know, um, so that our clients don't have to just bear the stress, right? And that is a big part of our services too, is trying to help them get their needs met, right? Like, what is their needs? Do they struggle with cooking, with cleaning, with talking to people, with feeling nervous in the community? I know this is probably on another spreadsheet, so I'll slow down. Next one. So yes, so what do we personal support, companion care. Um, Companion care is where you're going in the home. You're not really engaging too much in the community. But it's something like, they need you to clean their dishes or do their dishes, help them navigate how can you clean the restroom when you have you've got a disability that keeps you from reaching corners, or teaching the client how to help themselves is like the key, to give them that dignity and worth that they are just as able to have a clean kitchen and bathroom as we are, right? I know, like, when I clean my kitchen, I know, oh, I just feel such a relief when I don't have a pile of dishes, you know? And so that relief is just then given to our clients, which is wonderful. Personal supports. We do some hygiene. We do offer medication management. It takes another training that we also provide. Um, but respite care for the families is, when somebody has a certain issue. We had a client who his mother passed away, and they thought they had set everything up, but they didn't. And so we had to increase the hours for this youth consumer, so that he had somebody living with him because he needed full 24-hour care. And that's a service we offer, is 24-hour care for our clients and consumers. Um, and then we go to job readiness and training, pre-vocational training. I created a whole curriculum recently about what are the skills that how do we get a job? How do we address it in the special needs realm, right? Vocational rehabilitation is wonderful, but the waiver program has a subset, It's called the pre-vocational job readiness program. And it's for clients that have struggled with learning some of the skills like how do you behave in public? How do you, manage the emotions? How do you communicate with strangers, So there's a lot of skills that are brought into that help you really take the client into the community and learn, teach them in the moment, in their environment. While you're grocery shopping, you talk to strangers, that kind of thing, teaching them safe strangers from non-safe strangers, and what do you wear when you go to the grocery store, right? That's hard, right? And then the supportive living coaching and supportive employment services is a little different. Um, than the pre-vocational. So it's, teaching the cooking, teaching a lot of the skills. And it's really, we're working on teaching the skills so that the client can be more independent in the long run. I think that's one of the biggest things is it's all about independence. Giving them the tools, which is it's something when we're trying to get out of a situation, we feel like we have no skills. Um, and so how do we get those skills? This career center is a great place, right, to acquire them. And so these, I don't know if I have some of the things, when we think about how much do we pay for these services? What's the average pay? Um, Something as a companion care services is one of our lowest paying. Um, and it can start 15, $16 an hour. And then it can go, down to our supportive employment or employment services where you can get 22, 21, $24 an hour. Um, they take more training on the part of the worker. And they take more we'll talk about training in just a little bit, but they take more work. Just so you know, so it's our program, everybody's a 1099 employee. So we don't offer the W-2s at this time. But the process of having the requirements to do the job, knowing the job, right? I mean, mothers, right? We know how to cook and how to clean and how to teach children. What a gift, right? How can we transfer these skills over to teaching other people, and really helping them learn for themselves. And they're not our children, which is the best because they want us to be there. I don't know. We have teenagers sometimes and they're just like, oh, I don't want you to be here. So I don't want to learn your skills. These consumers want to learn, they want independence. I think that's the coolest thing. Um, can we go to the next slide? Thank you. Community engagement. I've kind of thrown this in there a lot, all over the place. And including for local events, activities, opportunities to build social inclusion and confidence and belonging, right? And it's more of not going to just the special needs, prom that's once a year in Sarasota. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful program. But going to the local coffee shop that's down the street from the house, going to the grocery store, having the conversations, teaching them that their community is everywhere, right? And they fit in, I think is the biggest part. I mean, that's what we all want. We all need community in some way. If they want to go to church, if they want to go, I've got a consumer right now who loves the beach and trying to get to the beach at certain times so it's not too hot, too cold, understanding the resources of, the buses that will take you there, trying to get them independently into the community, if that's in their wheelhouse. Um, but building that confidence, right? Building that confidence that they can do whatever they put their mind to, which it's hard. It's hard for everybody. It's a lot of good work. So when we think about joining our team, it takes a lot of compassion to be a caregiver. It takes a lot of compassion to be a mother. It is, it takes a lot of compassion to just And I'm not saying we're mothers, we're caregivers, and we have boundaries, and we have healthy boundaries with our clients. I think is the biggest thing. We can know that you're making a difference in these people's lives in a safe way, which is huge, and in their families' lives. Um, and so go to the next slide. Why do we do this work? It's meaningful work within the community, supportive and team environment. So when you hire on with us, one of the biggest things is our interview process. Um, we have a link on the website on faceofhope211.org. There is a link under careers and employment. You fill out that application, and if you already have a level 2 background check in the system, I believe they last for a couple years. You wouldn't have to do that again, but what we do have is you will have to get fingerprinted, and that is just to make sure that you pass all the regulatory requirements for being a Medicaid provider. Um, right now, we do have some grant funding, which is great that we can help provide. Um, we can help you with providing the covering the cost of onboarding because cost onboarding can be hard. I know like the resource center can give you clothing, for going to people's houses. We don't require scrubs. We want you to wear normal clothing because you're going to go in the community with the clients, right? I don't want you to feel like them to feel like they're put out because they've got white coats everywhere, you know. But this idea that we can have this assistance. If you're unable to pay it back, it's okay. We offer it up front as long as we have it. It's an $87 charge, I believe, for the background check, depending on where you go. We'll email you a list of the local places. There is a $5 background screen from the sheriff's department, which is just fingerprints, and they just want to make sure it's current. Um, and there is, um, we'll need a social security card, if you're driving, a car registration, car insurance, a resume, the application, and then once you do that, we'll give you an interview, right? We send you an email and follow up and just make sure, and we say, hey, these are the things. We'll reach out to you. It'll probably be Amanda Hazel. She is an amazing employment person. She works the back end, and she will reach out to you to make sure that you've got all the things that you need, and that we're on track. She'll let you know if there's any issues with the background check or the sheriff's check. You'll be emailing communication with her. Um, and then we get on a call with Evelyn and Amanda, and we do the interview and we talk about the process of onboarding. Um, one thing, onboarding, because the background check takes a little while, you might want this specific family, that need care providers. But there are so many that come available. One thing I didn't mention is there is a program called the Loveland Center in Venice. It's on Venice Avenue. And the Loveland Center, January 1, will be opening more apartments. And those individuals are they're going to be shifted to us and to a few other providers. So we'll have up to 400 clients that need care providers, potentially need care providers in that one location, which is really beneficial when we think about, if transportation is a hard part of the job process. We can get, transport to one place, be there for all day, and then come home. That's a cool thing is our partnership with the Loveland Center, is very fun. Um, we're really excited about it because it's so great. They actually want to provide a lot more training, and they give so much free training away, to people who are caregiving. So that way we can be the best caregivers possible. Um, so that leads me into the next slide. our training requirements. So once you have picked a family, you have, or once you've onboarded, you've passed the background checks, you've done the interview. Within 90 days of employment, we require first aid, CPR. That's an online course, and we provide it for you. We have a person that does it for us, and he's wonderful explaining it, exploring it. I can imagine, if you have issues, you need questions, CPR is it's a lot of work, but it's really important skill. And then we have a basic training. Basic training is through the Medicaid waiver program. We utilize train.org as the platform, and we will give you a train.org account. Um, we will open up the training for you and give you some suggestions if you need some. A lot of this is human rights, right? It's all about understanding caregiving as a historical perspective, how difficult it's been for so many. And then, you know, basic skills of helping people become more integrated in the community, helping people become more independent in their homes, and how do you encourage that? We do offer a medication administration course if that applies to you. If a client, say you're in a live-in case where you live with the client, normally that's part of the requirements. And so we'll have somebody that does the medication administration for you until you get that training. There also are annual services and service hours, and that depends on what services you offer. So if you are only doing companion, you're only doing personal support, or you're doing supported living coach, right? The supported living coach is a different program. It's like a different training course, which is cool. It's all free on train.org. They offer them in person or online. The online courses take a lot to sign up for sometimes. Once we find out about them, we send an email out real fast because I've got a lot of staff that really want to get into that. And of course, you're going to make more money, right? Be more marketable. And all these skills you take with you. I think that's the key is that you don't lose these skills. And so we offer these trainings, we encourage them. We really want you to get as much training as possible. Annually, depending on how many hours, it's normally anywhere from 6 to 9 hours that you have to do it annually. And we talk about them with you. We go through it, we explore, is there an area of improvement that you want to go into? Or is there an area of improvement that you've noticed your clients need? And how you can be better for them is a really big piece. Um, and yeah, so those trainings are all free. The CPR does have a cost. I'm trying to think of how much it is. Um, Sorry, I'm getting my little, um, let's see, medication administration does have a cost also. And it is $60, and then they're validated by a nurse, an RN. They'll validate you for it's $25. Um, and these are skills that you need if you want to become a CNA or move up higher in the caregiving process. It's a great place to start. Um, okay, I don't see. Yeah, I don't know what the CPR costs at the moment. I'm sorry. I'm trying to give you as much detail as possible. So there's no big booms. Um, one cool thing that we started this last year and a half has been we have an employee handbook, and we have a wonderful lady. Her name is Zaire, and Zaire will set up a time with you and go through each section by section to make sure that you have everything you need, that you know exactly where everything is. You're not sit out with the wolves. We don't just put you with a client and say, okay, see you later. No, we want to walk with you with this process. I want to make sure it's easy and accessible. We use an EHR, which is an electronic medical record. It's called WellSky Personal Care. and there's a whole training on it. There's an app. We set up your schedule, what you and the family decide is your schedule within the hours allotted for them. So, um, I've got some clients that get 40 hours of services a week, and I have some clients that get 20, some people that get six, it's a whole variety, depending on the needs, and the needs of the client and the family. So I've got a guy that gets 40 hours of services, but the family really just wants you there about 18 hours a week, which is like, okay, so we can do that. But so through our electronic medical record, it's GPSed. So you get to the client's home, you clock in, you look at the tasks for the day, the goals for the day, and make sure they're aligned with what the client needs. And you go do your services, whatever it is, and at the end you write a short note within the app, and then you clock out. It gets a little funny when we're out in the community, so that is one thing. Sometimes clocking in and out in the community can be difficult, but it's totally doable. It's totally doable. We have a lot of clients that they pick them up at the school or they go to work or what that looks like. Um, it's different. So, but I want you to be fully trained, and I'm accessible if there's issues with payroll or time stamps, and if there's an issue with anything on the back end, we always send a message. It's great. You get a text message and an email, depending on which one you like more, you get them both. And we're just very open to communication if there's an issue. Um, when you, so once you get, I feel like I forgot a step. It's the assigning of the client, right? So we send out emails to all of our providers that are requesting more hours. Um, uh, the location, the details, in a HIPAA-friendly way of what is needed by this consumer, and the area that they are in order to make it a little bit easier. And at the same time, we have people that'll email you, just email back and say, hey, I want to try this client, and we'll set you up with an interview. At first, we have I don't know, I can't share my screen. Can I? No. Um, I can't hear you. I'm sorry. You're muted.
You can if I stop sharing. Do you want to do that?
Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, no, I don't need to. One thing that we do, and maybe at the end I can show you guys if you're interested, is we want our providers to develop kind of like a getting to know you sheet for the families to have. So we don't give them your names, we apply a number to you and how much hours you want to work and what kind of support you qualify for. Your location. So if you are Sarasota, if you are Bradenton, or if you're Manatee or Parrish, or if you are down south, it shows the location, your age, your gender, and a little bit about you, right? And what you would like to share with the families, your skills. So, like if you have a special skill, you're good with wheelchair transfers, Hoyer lifts, adult life skills, cleaning, laundry, transport services, medication management, administrative education, right? So there's like all kinds of things, the languages you speak, your certificates, if there's any special certificates, and a picture of yourself. So that way, they have an opportunity to be like, okay, I see this person, I see this, and the families can say, okay, I want to set up interviews with these three providers. So they have options and choices, and you have options and choices. So hopefully stars align and we connect, you know? Um, and that is next slide. You want to show the next slide? Trusted by families, right? We are trusted by families. I think that's one of the biggest things is that we have a level of professionalism and, that love and support. It's so important. It really is. Just to give you, you know, give you the the support that you need, the on the front end of getting a job, and then on the back end of maintaining it, right? How do we maintain communication with families? Sometimes it can be difficult. So we work very diligently and of having an open door policy when it comes to having communication of what is it that you don't understand, you do understand, what the family needs, what the family doesn't need. Um, and we talk to our families. That's one thing. That's a big thing is we communicate with our families and make sure that they're happy with your services, make sure that you're happy giving those services, and any ways you want to improve, you know. I think that is one of the biggest things is we really want you to feel that that you're in control, right? In control of the situation. And so are the families, you know. And our next slide is just our contact information. Um, our website's at the bottom, faceofhope211.org. And that's where the job application starts. And then, the next step is the email to just tell you about the next steps that need to be done. The phone numbers, we try and get those within 24 hours, the phone numbers, but most emails, the info@faceofhope211.com, we answer every single day. So if there's anything you need or any questions, you can call, email, text even, um, and that way we can get back to you. Is there any questions yet uh, in the Q&A box? Oh, there is. Awesome.
There are, yeah.
I
Did you
haven't
want to
read them.
start with those, Jennifer? Or I'm so sorry, not
Cindy, it's okay.
Cindy.
So we can, yeah. I feel like,
Yeah, here. I'm going to keep screen sharing just for a little bit longer so
yeah,
people can write down the email or the website or the phone number if you're looking for it. But if you want to go ahead, Mindy, thank you so much for all the information you provided. I know that it's going to really going to help people learn more about your programs and whether they want to be a part of it. You are very detailed, and I think that's fantastic.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
More information the better, right? Oh, and
exactly.
this person asking the Q&A she's wonderful. She's like answering questions live. I'm so sorry I didn't have this up. Because one of the things, the level 2 background is it's good for 5 years. APD, medication manage administration. Um, she used to have the class, teaching the class. Oh, that's exciting. We would love to communicate with you. Um, and so right now we don't have an RN position available. That's one of the Q&As. We are working on um, building an additional company to take on some of these extra clients. Because yeah, there's a lot that goes into the back end, and it takes a while to get all the needed items. Oh, let's see. Medical guardian support and coordination. Excellent. Oh, okay. Awesome. Well, let's type answers. Is there any other questions?
Yeah, if anyone else has any questions for Mindy, let's see, stop share for now. Happy to take any more questions about working at Face of Hope.
Yeah, I think I answered a lot through. I tried to hit
You
a
did.
second
You were
point.
very detailed. It was so helpful. Thank you.
It's a hard sell sometimes, It's difficult to know all the details and to want all the details and to know our steps in our process. I find it's every company is a little bit different.
Yeah,
Um,
and I think that you really shared how impactful this kind of work is, and the culture that you have at Face of Hope is really impressive.
yeah, we try our best to open door. We try our best to just be, you know, as supportive to the community. Mhm. Thank you so much. I appreciate the kudos. I look
So
forward to hearing from you, actually. I wonder if you could type your details in the Q&A and I can reach out. Or does other people get that?
um, let's. Yeah, I think as long as maybe she should email you directly.
Okay, yeah, that would be good. Just email info at oh gosh, info at foh211.org. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm gonna write down your name.
And,
And then
and
we
Rachel, yeah, asked if there's any opportunities for the back end staff.
So as things increase, so the IDD program is going to be opening in October 1st, and that is going to see a lot more clients coming in. And then in January 1st, as the Loveland Center opens up to us, we will be hiring some more back-end staff. And we've got a pretty good system with our EHR to do billing and just kind of checks and balances, but and our team works pretty effectively, which is awesome, you know. But I know with an influx of clients, we'll definitely need more staff. It's just what that's going to look like, we won't know until it gets here. Mhm. Yeah,
That's really exciting.
yeah, definitely. Well, great. Any more questions? Anybody? No.
All right. Well, if we don't have any more questions, the next thing, once I close the webinar, please just stay on for a minute and we will have a survey pop up. So you could give feedback both to Women's Resource Center and to Mindy about the presentation. And we are so appreciative. Thank you for coming today, taking time out of your day to come to the Career Connections. We'll have another one next month, and we'll be talking to Southern Technical College about the technical certification programs that they offer there. So I look forward to seeing you next month as well. And after this, we will email out our recording and Mindy's slides, and we'll upload it to the Women's Resource Center YouTube channel. All right.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Thank you so much
Mindy,
for
and thanks
having
everyone
me.
for coming.
Bye.